And we will just put this right there and let that garlic thaw out a bit. And hopefully it's fully thawed when we come back this afternoon, and we're going to plant it right here. Hey everybody, what's up? This is Danny, the Wicked Awesome Gardener, coming at you from the Wicked Awesome Garden. And today we are out here racing the rain. It's about 5:30 in the afternoon. It's cloudy and overcast, really nice and warm though. It's nearly 60 degrees, but without the sun, maybe a little on the chilly side, hence the jacket. But this nice rain coming through where it's going to be 60, 70 degrees tomorrow. With a nice rain, it's going to really help all those leafy greens that we planted earlier this week. And it's also going to help, if you remember this, the garlic. Yes, this is the garlic that we put in the freezer weeks ago. And now that the beds are set up, we're going to go ahead and pop it in. Now, garlic should be planted in the fall. However, I didn't move to this property until late November, early December, couldn't get the bed set up, and so we're going to have to plant in spring. Normally, this would result in garlic coming out with just one single kind of sized clove, because it needs to go through a cold period in the winter called vernalization, which will cause it to stratify from one single clove into multiple cloves, and that's how you get those really nice heads of garlic. One of my earliest videos on this channel was how to trick Mother Nature and plant garlic in spring. And if you haven't seen that video and you'd like a refresher, go right here and that will take you to the original video. Now we're going to plant these outside, but I'll give you a little reminder of what we have here. What we did is we took some damp potting soil, not so damp that if you squeeze it, water runs out, but if you squeeze it, it's just kind of moist and damp, because if it were dry potting soil, all the moisture that was in the garlic would get sucked right out, and that just results in mushy cloves. But by putting it in some damp soil and putting it in the freezer, it mimics the conditions that it would go through outdoors, so that when you plant it in spring, it thinks, oh hey, it's spring, it's warming up, time to come out of dormancy and start growing. So let's see, do we have mushy garlic? We do not. So we have some nice thick garlic cloves here. Oh yeah, that is not mushy. Those are ready to grow. Let me show you how I put these in the ground. And because I am all about transparency on this channel, I'm going to show you the difference in how garlic grows when you plant it right from the clove in spring, and what happens after you plant cold stratified garlic. I wish I could show you what it would look like if you planted in the fall, just to compare all three, but unfortunately not an option. But this is some garlic that I left sitting in my pantry for a little too long. And as you can see, it's starting to sprout. These are some nice big cloves that I would plant if I were preparing garlic for the fall. So I'm going to plant these out just for the heck of it, and we're going to see the difference between the two. Oh yeah, see, this is a monster clove, and it is starting to sprout right up there. So when you plant your garlic in the ground, you're going to plant this little end with the indentation down and this point up, because as you can see, that's where the leaves are going to come up and the roots are going to grow down from here. So here's the pile of the cold stratified garlic. I'm going to take the shelf garlic and put it in this first row. So everything in this first row is shelf garlic. The rest will be the chilled garlic. So the first thing I did is I worked some fertilizer into the bed. Not sure that I love the soil that I got delivered. It's definitely got a lot of small rocks in it. I haven't really totally been able to work all the clumps out of it, but that will come with time. But I am finding myself picking out a lot of little rocks. We'll get rid of those as we go. Easiest way to plant garlic, make sure you have the point up, the roots down, and just put your hand right in there, and you plant them about an inch, inch and a half down. I've treated this soil with some fertilizer, just a basic 10-10-10, and I put them about a hand's width apart, roots down, point up. There we go. Pop it in. Root down, point up. Pop it in. Root down, point up. Pop it in. That will probably be one of the very first ones that we see come on up. Root down, point up. So we plant the garlic here about a hand's width apart, and then I'll do another row up here, but we're going to plant off center and start right in the middle there. So between every other clove, we'll go ahead and pop these down. And it doesn't have to be exact. I'm giving them plenty of space here. I'll tell you right now, these rows are not straight. And I'm not really too worried about it. Again, we've got cloves here and here and here and here and here and here. You don't have to dig a hole, just push them on down. Sometimes you have to move them around, see which one is which, because they both look kind of pointy, but there's the top, there's the bottom. And I've got room for one more over at the edge here, so that's going to be a shelf garlic, but oh well. May as well fill the space if I've got the extra baby shelf garlic head. And there we go, garlic is in. So just as a recap, the shelf garlic is planted right here in this first row. The next two rows are the cold stratified garlic, and then right down the end I have two that are not cold stratified. They are the shelf garlic because I had a little extra room in the row and I had a couple teeny little cloves. They're really not going to amount to much, but I threw them in there anyway just because why waste them? Now I had also wanted to plant the onions, which are going here next to the garlic, but it is starting to rain, so I need to get inside. Don't want to ruin the camera, but that also means that I don't need to go drag out the hose and water these in because there's going to get plenty of water tonight and tomorrow, and that'll also be really great for the leafy green seeds that are over here, like the kale and the spinach and lettuces that are all over there. So great. But if this is you and it's not going to rain in your area, when you plant your garlic, go ahead, take your hose, give them a good soak, and that will get them jump started. I'm really psyched to have finally gotten that garlic out of my freezer, into my beds, and up and growing. Thank you so much for coming along today while we grow some wicked awesome food from yard to table. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please click here for more content. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date on our latest videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really excited to go through this journey with you while we grow something wicked awesome from yard to table.